So here I am on a completely ridiculous mission to film here. It's like 20 degrees Fahrenheit, but you know, this is what we do to test gear. So here we have the BL09. Let's see, that's high, medium, low. That's like mega low. Here's my flasher, another flasher. This is that weird, I don't know, in and out thing. That's useless. Let's go back to high here. This is the high mode. It's not too bad. Not incredible amount of throw. Hope you guys can hear this. Let's go this way. We're out of here. So that's the BL09. Now here we have the BL15, but unfortunately I cannot angle this up anymore, so it's kind of useless. I wish I was able to really angle this thing where you could actually see it, but unfortunately that's just no go right now. So anyway, kind of stuck dealing with it, but mode wise, let's get it into that high. That's nice and bright. Actually, that's really bright. But again, I just wish that was straight up. The stem is in the way, and there's nothing more I can do to get this angled the way I need it. So I'm kind of at a loss. That really sucks. I don't know. I'm not sure what else I could do. Maybe there's another way to mount it with this mount. Now here we have the BL12, which is really ideal. I mean, no matter which way I'm going, I'm really able to see because it's on top of my head, and every direction I turn, I can see really good. So I mean, this is pretty sweet, and it's a nice amount of light. Overall, seems to be doing a pretty good job, and you know, I think it's doing a pretty good job for me in terms of my ability to see where I need to. Now, if I was going to use this in combination with another light, you can see even at that, it completely overpowers the BL09. So BL09, let's get that. Make sure we're in that high mode, which is right there. I mean, you can see the difference between the BL09 just bobbing around as I pedal, and that BL12 nice and firm and steady on my head. That's what I was trying to say earlier, is it's really an advantage to having the light on your helmet.
So it's the next day after I did my riding footage, and I've basically gone through my entire edit. And one of the things that I couldn't get over was the fact that the mount for this BL15 was not capable of fitting on the front of my bike, and I thought there had to be another way to deal with it. And so I really started looking a little bit closer, and lo and behold, on the bottom of this light, and actually I found it while I was shooting a little bit of B-roll for the main video, I saw that there was a little Allen head in here. And I thought to myself, well, let's see what happens. And so I have a 3mm Allen head here, I'm trying to get on it, and I'm hoping that I can get this out of here. And if so, it looks like there may be a second slot that this bracket can fit on, which would move the light forward. And if so, I believe it would likely clear the bars. So I'm going to take this apart real quick, see if I can get this to adjust a little bit differently, and let's see if we can get it to actually fit on my bars. So I was able to move this bracket back, which tells me at this point, sliding this into place, there's plenty of clearance. I mean, what a difference that makes. There is no mention of this anywhere in any of the packaging or anything like that. It's beautiful. It's actually perfect. And that is awesome. I was kind of bummed out about this, and I mean, for how capable this light is going to be, I really couldn't see how they wouldn't make it so it fit on this style stem. So at this point, I mean, this is great. This can be adjusted anywhere. It feels nice and firm and secure. Tightens down nicely. I mean, that is a great addition. Now, it is sort of forward a little more. I might find that this thing bounces around a bit. Maybe it's a little bit distracting, but I mean, it feels pretty solid. So at this point, I think I owe you guys another ride. So let's get this thing out in the road.
So let's go for a quick rip here. Again, this is the BL15. I'm using it on the high mode, and we're going to go for a quick little rip here. Now, I apologize for the terrible footage. I know it's really grainy and sucks, but that's just the crappy GoPro I have. I don't have a good one, but you'll get the idea. So let's go for a rip around the block here. It is frickin' freezing. Now, overall, this light has a much better throw than the other lights I was using. I mean, certainly better than the BL09 and a little bit better than the BL12. The BL12 obviously had the advantage where it was helmet mountable, but for a bar mounted light, this is great. It has a nice center hotspot that I could angle up if I wanted to get a little bit more throw, and then also has this really nice floody spot in front of me where it illuminates the ground basically perfectly. So I am able to see very well. Now granted, there are a lot of street lights, but at the same time, you know, I'm really using the BL15 as my primary light source here. So this is quite impressive. I am really glad I was able to figure this out, because I was kind of baffled at the construction of the mount, and there's nothing in any of the instructions or anything like that that points out that this is really an adjustable mount on the light itself. So that makes a huge difference, and really is a game changer when you're talking about this mounting up to different bikes. Gonna long press here. So a 3-second long press, that would make you crazy riding home with this thing blinking. That would make me go insane. So heck with that, man. Let's just get it back on that high mode.
And so I realized that the footage I had on the bike was not the best, basically just really grainy with that GoPro, and I wanted to do these lights just a little bit more justice here. So here I have the BL09 on the highest mode, and I'm pretty much just going to compare these using the highest modes. So again, here's the BL09 on the highest mode. You'll see that overall this does have a center hotspot, but at the same time, so you see the hotspot out there, but then beneath it a decent amount of flood filling this entire area. So if you could imagine basically being on a bike that you would be having a decent throw out in front of you, but then that flood up close so you could see what you're riding kind of over. So decent overall beam. Now here's the BL12, again on the highest mode. A little bit less of that hot spot. I mean, you can see out there that there is a general hot spot and then a lot of flood here, but a little less pronounced. And then, you know, if I just took the BL09 and matched it up side by side, I mean, you can really see a significant difference in the lighting. So not only is the BL09 warmer, and you know, the cooler on the BL12, just a lot more output. So again, that 350 lumens versus the I think it's 1000 lumen output here. So significant difference overall in the beam quality and intensity. And now here, the BL15 on the highest mode. So just like the other ones, there is a pronounced hot spot, but then a lot more flood. And that is a pretty seriously powerful beam. Again, you have that dual lighting, so 2000 lumen output with the dual headlights. And now, if I really just give you this as a comparison, for example, here I will keep the BL15 running, but I'm going to kick on that. This is actually the BL12, so even though the BL12 looked like it was a lot cooler than the BL9, well, now you can see even that the BL15 is cooler than the BL12. So let's just make sure, yeah, so that is the highest mode. So, I mean, significant increase in the overall lighting capability using this BL15, and it's a pretty impressive light. Very nice throw, overall nice up-close illumination with the flood as well. So, hey, good quality, capable light. Really, all of them are good, but the BL12 gives you versatility with that helmet mount, and then the BL15 giving you that just real high lumen and quality output.
And then just one final thing worth noting, which is I was curious if these mounts would fit on GoPro mounts, and unfortunately the answer is no. They made the mounts like a whisker too fat. I mean, it is so close to fitting, but it just doesn't. And if they had just trimmed this down a little bit and thought of the versatility they would have gained by using GoPro mounts. I mean, a lot of people have GoPro mounts, so many people. And where they're like practically there, it's like, dude, just take the extra second and figure out the dimensions of this and make sure it'll fit, because then at that point, there would have been so much versatility on where that mount could have been. I mean, the light could have been mounted to like anything. Helmets in all kinds of different directions, suction cup mounts, chest mounts. I mean, crazy stuff that, I mean, you say, well, do you need that? And yeah, it's a luxury, but you know what? That's called versatility. It gives you added dimension to what you can do with a product. And so I think it's just a little bit of an oversight. You know, I wish they had thought it through where they're practically at, call it a GoPro mount design, just a little bit more thought, and they would have had it. All right, so now that I'm back, what are my thoughts? I mean, all in all, you've seen me go through the whole thought process, everything from looking at the lights to the different modes, the mounting, and then finally a little bit of a field test. And, you know, I gotta say, all in all, the BL12 was excellent. I love the idea that it's helmet mountable. The rest of these, it's really pretty difficult to get them into any real true position to be useful on a helmet mount, and even at that, this really isn't meant for it. You know, I think the BL09 is a little bit underpowered. I mean, would it give you general safety and you know, acknowledge that you're riding and show a driver that, you know, there's an oncoming object and someone on a bike? Yes, by all means. Does it give you at least a decent amount of light to generally see? Yes, but the downfall with its inability to be functionally helmet mounted, and then just a little bit underpowered. And then the yellow light, I wish it was a whiter, brighter light, kind of like the BL12. So that's a little bit of a downfall, but generally I do like the compact size and how lightweight this light is. The BL12, I mean, I genuinely enjoy it. I like the size, I like the mounts, I like how it fits on the helmet. It's nice and firm. The helmet mounting capability is huge, just the ability to look around and have the light go with your eyes and travel with you is definitely a must. So that in and of itself makes this a much more functional light. And then I did not bar mount it. I think the bar mount is a little bit lacking, but it definitely serves its purpose and is capable as well. And now wrapping up my thoughts on the BL15, now that I figured out that center bar mount, what a nice piece. You know, I was a little bit concerned there when I wasn't able to get this mounted the way I wanted. I thought that was a major downfall. I really did not want to rely on this sort of swivel, you know, single bar mount. I feel as though that based on the weight of this light, that could be a liability, especially mountain biking where you're bouncing around a lot. Now on a road bike situation, I could see this actually probably working okay, but there's no doubt in my mind that that center bar mount is the way to go. And now that I have it adjusted, you know, I really wish that Thorfire made reference to this, because that is a huge, huge factor in the ability to fit this on more bikes, and especially where I had just a little bit of a chunky stem on the front with the bolts and the way this all fit up. You know, I was about to really cast this off and give up. I'm lucky I saw that, and that was just because I was filming it up close and paying real close attention to the details, but I think a lot of people might miss that. So maybe you see my video and hopefully that gives you some help. But again, overall, excellent beam, nice quality, great throw. I like the color. A little bit heavy on this light, but at the same time, it's definitely got performance. So, all right, guys, there you have it. A real in-depth look. I mean, a detailed look at 3 lights offered by Thorfire. Now, at the end of this all, there are a certain amount of things that leave me a little bit baffled. Again, going back to my very initial thought, which is, are these products really Thorfire products? Is the BL15 and BL09 a genuine Thorfire product, or is this just a rebrand? The BL12, I hope is a Thorfire product, because if it is, it's great. I mean, I genuinely do typically like Thorfire products. They've been doing an excellent job. I appreciate their overall craftsmanship and the direction they're going in. So if the BL12 is an indication of that, I'm a big fan and a big thumbs up. But on these other ones, like I said, I'm just a little bit baffled. So all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.